Thanks again, everybody, for coming this evening and celebrating this special event. This is our third Hall of Fame event that we've had at Skutt Catholic. So feel very honored that you're one of the first inductees of this prestigious group. We hold this event every 2 years. We don't do this every year, and we try to have an every 2-year event, and it's a special event, and all of you here are welcomed to this great evening to celebrate. Tonight is a special night as we honor some of the greatest people in Skutt Catholic's history and enshrine them in the Skutt Catholic Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame plaque is located out in the new Pullman lobby. So when you come in the main doors over to if you take a right, it's right there. And then during spring break, we're installing what's called a digital trophy case. And that digital trophy case will be a touchscreen device where you'll be able to click on your year, pull up your picture, look at some of the highlights, etc. So that will be installed right next to the Hall of Fame board that's out there to give a little bit more of an honor to the amazing accomplishments here at Skutt Catholic. Skutt Catholic Hall of Fame honors individuals, teams, and groups who have contributed to our rich tradition of excellence. Seeking recipients from all areas of the school, members of this group have helped define and advance our institution and its mission. Recipients of the Hall of Fame Award are exemplars of exceptional accomplishments and service, and thereby setting this high standard for the current Skutt Catholic students. At this time, I'd like to thank and introduce the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. They're not all here this evening, but if they're here, please stand up. These 9 individuals have done a tremendous job reviewing the nominations we received. Principal Rob Myers, School Counseling Director Kristen Reeves, unable to be here. Activities Director Don Kastner, unable to be here. Male Sports Representative Coach Matt Turman. Female Sports Representative Coach Keith Engelkamp is not able to be here tonight. Fine Arts Representative Mr. Chris Storm is competing in Des Moines, so he is not here. Our Alumni Representative Amy Sauser is here tonight. And Director of Alumni Relations, Mr. Steve Carroll. So it wasn't just one person picking these. Sorry if you tried to stuff the ballot here, but there was a committee, and it's great seeing those nominations come in from people from all over the country and kind of the things that they say about these groups. As I thought of what to say tonight, I could have said a lot of nice jokes and kind of talked a little bit about stories, but I always get drawn back to something that Monsignor Gilg instilled in me back in 2004 when I came to Skutt Catholic, and that's the legend of the Skyhawk. And the people before you tonight are legends. As I read through the legend of the Skyhawk, I knew this to be true as I could plug each one of them into this message. Marie Williamson is a caring, loving visionary who helped get the school off the ground and today enjoys that our school and students soar by living our Make a Difference mission. Marie was a messenger calling others in the community to become Skyhawk students in our new West Omaha High School. When she began, she had no idea that how each student she enrolled would turn out and reach the highest potential as they grew closer to God. Now as alumni, leaders in the community, and people who have started the second generation of Skyhawks with growing families, she sees the fruits of those early seeds that she planted. Mr. Jim Manginelli wanted others to have the wisdom of learning, self-discipline, and concern for others. He helped others become leaders and protectors as he instilled the first service program at Skutt Catholic. Jim used a powerful sense of humility and justice to guide his actions. He led the theology department and helped students grow closer to God. Jim instilled a servant mindset through prudent use of intellect, will, and emotion for the benefit of others. While non-predatory, Casey Cole was a fierce but honorable competitor. Those who stepped on the line against Casey knew that they were up against a foe that was rarely defeated. He had skill and moves rarely seen in Nebraska, with the ability to win graciously, yet lose a contest with dignity. But let's be honest here, he only lost one match in high school. The one match was the first weekend of his career, so he didn't lose too often. Mamie Conroy made anything she played look like a thing of beauty. She used her natural, God-given resources and dominated whichever sport she competed in. Mamie was most dominant on the beautiful green soccer field. She was dominant in her symbolic green color, representing the hope that all creatures will be good stewards of the abundant gifts God has given us. Mamie truly used the gifts God gave her and did so with her trademark smile and so much love in her heart. The Skutt Catholic color black was represented during the 2005 home football games. During the team's undefeated season to capture the first football state title, there are currently 5 in program history. Black is the presence of all colors. And if you knew this group well, they had a little bit of everything. Size, speed, strength, talent, and the ability to have fun. They were fun, goofy, and played a lot of jokes on each other. The coaches became creative with their drills, conditioning, etc. because of the creative nature of this group. This group signified that the Skyhawk embraces the diversity of all persons and strives towards the goal of unity and respect for the game and for others. Inductees, you will always be remembered for a group that started a run of sports dynasties, the genesis for Hawktober, and other Skyhawk traditions, and doing things the right way by putting others before yourself. You created a belief that anything could be done. You believe Skutt Catholic is the best place on earth and the best place to have a young man or woman formed and educated during the most formative years of their life. Without the foundation, discipline, and competitive drive you instilled in the Skyhawk community, who knows where we'd be as we prepare to enter our 30th year of forming and educating young men and women to become Christian leaders who empower others, promote justice, and initiate change. Congratulations to everybody tonight for your nomination and being honored. And at this time, I will introduce each person individually and then the team at the end. At this time, I'd like to honor our first recipient who's unable to be here tonight, Miss Marie Williamson. Marie Williamson has been an integral part of Skutt Catholic since before the school even opened. She served as the first admissions director, enrolling 2,213 students during her 18 years at the school. Much of Skutt Catholic's brand is due to her vision. She had a hand in selecting our school colors, determining the fight song, and naming the Skyhawk as the mascot. Marie helped craft long-standing school traditions, including Hawktober, Under the Lights Dance, Hawkfest, and even our dominance in wrestling. Marie's warm and welcoming personality attracted students and families to the new co-educational Catholic high school in Western Omaha. Her dedication to Skutt Catholic in those early years, and for many years after, built enrollment, engaged families, and laid the foundation of Skutt Catholic culture and family community we enjoy today. As Marie would say, Skutt Catholic challenges all in its community to make a difference. She says, I have been blessed to experience this on every level. I have watched students make a difference with each other in our community. I've seen our alumni make a difference in the world. I've witnessed teachers, counselors, and coaches make a difference in the success of students. The Skutt Catholic community has truly made a difference in my life. I am so grateful for this award. Marie is unable to join us this evening, but we will be honoring her in our next ceremony in 2024. At this time, I'd like everybody to honor Marie Williamson. Our next nominee and the award recipient is Mamie Conroy, class of 2011. Mamie was a tremendous competitor at Skutt Catholic, earning school records in basketball and soccer. Her junior year, she was named the Gatorade Player of the Year and was the All-State team captain. Under Mamie's leadership, the basketball team was a contender at state, while the soccer team won the state championship every year, with the exception of a runner-up finish her freshman year. Mamie was a starting freshman for the girls soccer team at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the leading scorer her sophomore year. The team won the Big Ten championship in 2013. Other honors during her collegiate experience including academic All-Big Ten, second team All-Big Ten, Nebraska Scholar Athlete Honor Roll, and the Tom Osborne Citizenship Team. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in Child, Youth, and Family Services. Mamie also earned a master's degree in Business Administration at Doane University and played basketball there her last years of eligibility. Her love for soccer has taken her to North Carolina for a semi-pro team, and she also spent a season in Birmingham, England. Mamie remains an active volunteer at Scott Catholic, serving as an assistant coach and occasionally helping with basketball. Mamie is also unable to join us this evening, and we will honor her at the 2024 ceremony, but her uncle, Les Robbins, is accepting the award on Mamie's behalf. Please congratulate Mamie Conroy.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm Mamie's uncle, Les. I've been called that many times over the years, Uncle Les. That's a good thing to be called. And my wife and I are here on her behalf. Mamie tested positive for COVID yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. What a bummer. You know, of all the times to catch COVID, she got it yesterday. And she asked me to be here to accept this award for her tonight. I talked to her today. She's doing much better. She had a couple of rough days, but she's getting to get a whole lot better now. She's on the mend. So not being the recipient of the award and being put on the spot at the last minute, I may take some liberties to say some things that the award winner may not say or should not say, so just bear with me. Mamie has, talking about Mamie has an infectious smile. She's a caring, loving person. Mamie is a role model to the young girls that she coaches today, and she's looked up to them as their leader. Most of all, Mamie's a friend to everyone that she meets. I think Mamie has more friends than anybody I know. And I like to say that Mamie worked hard to obtain the successes both on the field and off the field that she has over the years. Mamie developed her God-given natural abilities, fine-tuned by a lot of hard work and dedication, to become an outstanding athlete at both basketball and soccer. Many of you, like Melanie and I, have seen her in action. Mamie had 4 fantastic years here at Scott. Those 4 years prepared her and shaped her for an equally dominating Division I career in soccer and at the Goodell University of Nebraska. I might be a little biased. I guess I'm a lot biased. But Mamie is a very deserving recipient of this award, this Hall of Fame award, which Mamie considers to be the pinnacle of all the awards that she's earned. I personally want to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for bestowing this highest and most lofty honor on Mamie Conroy. She will continue to represent Scott proudly into the future. I gotta be honest with you though, 15 plus years ago, I wasn't much of a soccer fan. Okay? Fall for me was football. Not just any football, but Nebraska football. Matt, you know what I mean? I do. You know. But watching Mamie play changed all that for me. Road trips in the RV with friends and family added to the joy of being a part of her growth, maturity, and excellence on the soccer field. Mamie was a fierce competitor, yet an unselfish leader, thinking first and foremost of herself, not herself, but of her team. Mamie was and still is a real difference maker. So I asked Mamie, I said, when she called her, she said, what are you going to say tomorrow night? She says, well, I don't know. I said, well, think about it and get back to me. So, in typical Mamie style, about a few minutes later, I get one of her 10,000 texts per month, and she tells me what she wants to say. So I'm going to close with what Mamie wanted me to tell you tonight. She said something pretty short and simple, just like, I'm humbled and honored honored to receive this award. I know it wouldn't have been possible without my team's family, coaches, friends, teachers, and the entire support system I've been blessed with to have. Huge thank you to Scott and my parents for the best 4 years of my life. Go Skyhawks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Les. Very well done. I'd also like to introduce Coach John Carlson, last year's Coach of the Year in the state of Nebraska, and Amy's coach in soccer as well. John, good job. John will get to introduce Mandy when she's inducted in 2024. The next recipient is Mr. Jim Mangiamelli. Following 9 years at Duchesne Academy, Jim Mangiamelli joined Scott Catholic as one of the founding faculty members in 1993. He was the first and for a time the only theology teacher at the school and served as the theology department head for 20 years. In addition to developing the theology curriculum for the school, Jim also created the Living the Gospel service program and managed it for many years. The Archdiocese selected Jim as the Secondary Teacher of the Year for 2007-2008. In 2012, he traveled to Washington, D.C. with then President Patrick Slattery to receive the school's first National Blue Ribbon Award. In addition to teaching, Jim served Scott Catholic as a tennis coach, football spotter, and helped with drama productions. Jim said it's been said that if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. Jim says in 21 years, he's never worked a day at Scott Catholic. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jim Mangiamelli.
I don't have a whole lot to say. The first thing I want to say is I'm amazed to be here. I thought this Hall of Fame was for athletes and championship teams and that kind of thing. And so when they called, I thought they wanted me to come back and suck. So when they said that we're going to give you this Hall of Fame award, I was just flabbergasted. I did not exist in a vacuum. There were lots and lots of people who were very supportive, very helpful, and who helped me do what needed to be done at the school, especially at the very beginning. Let me tell you, at the very beginning, this was a pretty shaky outfit. We weren't sure that we were going to get this baby off the ground. But we did have excellent people. That's Father Bill commented on that earlier. And so we did manage to get the school going. And it's been one of the great joys of my life to see that struggling young school with 120 students turn into this flourishing, wonderful educational institution with so many awards and so many outstanding students. It's been a wonderful trip, and I enjoyed it very much. But again, it wasn't just me. There were teachers, staff members, administrators, my family, all of whom supported me and helped me in whatever needed to be done. So I want to thank you very much. I feel very honored by this, and it's sort of the culmination of my teaching career. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mangiamelli. As you said, you are the first teacher inducted into the Hall of Fame, so congratulations again on this award. The next award recipient is from the class of 2000, Casey Cole. Casey Cole won Scott Catholic's first individual state champion title in wrestling as a freshman. He went on to become the first 4-time state wrestling champion in Nebraska Class V. Casey set an impressive 139-1 high school record and still holds the record for the most consecutive wins. He was named a 5-time A6 Junior Cadet Nationals All-American and qualified for the 2000 A6 High School All-American First Team. Following high school, Casey wrestled for the University of Nebraska-Omaha, but was sidelined due to shoulder surgery complications. He went on to become a head coach for the Ironhawk Youth Wrestling Program from 2012 to 2015. Casey was inducted into the NSWCA Nebraska High School Hall of Fame in 2015 and the Scott Catholic Hall of Fame this year as a member of the Scott Catholic Hall of Fame in 2018 as a member of the 1998 wrestling team. Casey is a sales representative at Camping World and is an advocate for young men with mental health and substance abuse disorders. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our award recipient tonight, Casey Cole.
Oh, I think I'm more nervous now than wrestling in the state finals. No, I'm really truly grateful to be here. I'm not the best speaker, but yeah, I'd like to just congratulate all the other inductees. It's really such an honor to be part of such a good group of people. But I'd like to start off with thanking. There was so many people to thank. I mean, just starting off here at the school, I was in 8th grade. We just moved here from Norfolk. We had never even heard of Scott or anything. And this guy comes up to me at a kids wrestling tournament, and he goes, "Have your dad call me." And I didn't know who he was. He was just this big guy. It ended up being RJ, who helped Brad with with coaching all those years. And so my dad called him, and my dad's like, "Well, there's this school called Scott." I'm like, we never heard of it before, but something happened to where my dad called him. We met with Brad, and right then we knew. I mean, they shared the passion and that drive that we had. So, looking back on it, it was really a plan from God. I mean, it really was how it all started, and we ended up coming, and we practiced right here on the gym. We rolled out mats, and it was just starting up, and we ended up winning that second year, and it just something special sparked. And I gotta thank first I thank my parents. They drove me around. I mean, my dad was kind of a little crazy, so I thank him now. But I mean, I don't know, for what he had to sacrifice. We didn't have that much money to begin with, but I mean, we went to Pennsylvania, and he found a way. And he couldn't be here tonight, but he's very special, for sacrificing for me and my parents. And Brad Hildebrand is, he was just an amazing role model all around. I mean, on and off the mat. After I grew up and went through a lot of things, he actually was an awesome role model. And I just couldn't thank him enough. And there's a lot of people to thank. Scott's is very special. Every time I think of it, I'm always proud. To think of how many state championships they won was 12 or 13 in a row. It was just an awesome deal, the whole thing. And it was just a blessing from God. Now that I look back on it, I thank Him for my gifts that I have from wrestling. I used to think when I was a kid, I just would think it was me, and as I've gotten older, I realized that it was a gift. And I'm just truly grateful to be a part of it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
Casey's coach and 1998 Hall of Fame recipient Brad Hildebrand is with us tonight as well. So, congratulations. Last but not least, our final award recipient is the 2005 football team. In the fall of 2002, Matt Turman took over as head football coach at Scott Catholic with a freshman group that looked to build a program and create a tradition of excellence. 4 years later, on November 19, 2005, history was made when the Skyhawks capped an undefeated season and won the Class B 2005 football title with a dramatic win over the Cook Bison 6-0. The undefeated season in 2005 matched the 2002 freshman undefeated season by members of the senior class and set the tone for the tremendous tradition of the Scott Catholic football program. All state members of this team were Alex Anderson, Waylon Latham, Andy McNeil, and Ryan Patera. They were also the captains of the 2005 team. At this time, Coach Turman is going to say a few words about the 2005 football team. So congratulations to the 2005 team. After Coach Turman speaks, I'll let him go sit down, and then we're going to call everybody up because we have a special award for each one of you.
Well, thank you. I'm not much of a speaker either, Casey, so bear with me as we go. First of all, I'd like to just say congrats to all the players here, all my former players. I think it's good that you're getting in for your football team because, like Jim Angemelli said, it's not just football or just sports or athletics and stuff. And most of you will probably have to wait quite a bit longer for your academic. But wow, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It really is. So there's so many people to thank. Monsignor Gill, I have to thank you first of all. I remember interviewing here, and I had just been a head coach for 1 year, and you put some faith in me to come in and take over the football program. I remember in the interviews, you asked me what was your vision for Scott Catholic football, and I said to win a state title. And took 4 years, but we got it done with this group of young men right here. I don't think probably Jeremy's going to get enough recognition for his role in it also, because I know he took this group of young men and kind of changed their attitude in the weight room and in the conditioning part of things, and really kind of jump-started the program in that direction also. I have to thank my coaches. I know a few of them are here tonight. Greg Newscott, Dan Krotzel, B.T. Krotzel, and I know Scott Lane and Bud Mushwitz aren't here. I was lucky enough to surround myself with some great people, and when that happens, great things happen, and that's kind of what happened with this team. I know the players all remember, we were about your age, or maybe even a little younger, right, when we were coaching you. And we had a bunch of little kids running around, screaming and yelling. Coach Krotzel would drive his minivan out to the field, and his boys would be in there honking the horn during practice and conditioning. And I would walk around with a baby carriage thing on my arm during practice, and my boys would run around, and you'd try and have me scared to death that you guys would trample at some point. But that was just part of life, and that was what we had to do. And so the other person I have to thank in that regard is my wife. In 2005, we had our second child. And we didn't plan it very well because he was born on October 1st, which was right in the middle of football season. Luckily, she was in med school at the time, and residency at the time. And she could pick an inducement date, and bless her heart, she picked a Saturday because I was really worried about missing a game on Friday night. So, but Ben was born on October 1st, and one of my favorite pictures was at Memorial Stadium later that year My wife was there, and she had him as a newborn, 6 weeks old or so, sitting up in the press box. But she came down for pictures afterwards, and he's all bundled up as a six-week-old baby at the state championship game. And that's something I'll never forget. I know there's some parents here too, and I have to thank you. This school is blessed with great parents that support not only their kids, but the coaches and all the programs here. So really, we couldn't do it without all the parent help either, to support the time, the commitments, everything else that they put in. So thank all the parents too. And I know I told you this before, probably when you were playing, but when you get a chance, thank your parents again, right? So tell them thank you again. So just looking at the team, guys, it's hard to believe that when I came here, and I know the coaches would say the same thing, our first year we were 3-6, and I'm sure Monsignor Gill was thinking, ooh, maybe this isn't a great idea. You know, and if you would have asked Coach Duscott or either Coach Krotzel's there that in 3 years' time you're going to win a state title, I think we always said, not going to happen. But one of the things that we decided to do was we had this little motto when the season started, when the program was when we got here, and it was called Build a Program and Create a Tradition. That's what we were trying to do, build a program and create a tradition. And you guys started doing that your freshman year when you went undefeated. Even though the varsity team that year was 3-6, you guys went undefeated. The next year we were 7-4 and made it to the second round of the playoffs. The year after that we were 7-4 and made it to the second round of the playoffs. And at one of those games we were out playing at Elkhorn and we beat them in overtime. And I think that was kind of the turning point in which it started to see that the players in the program started to believe, hey, we have a chance to do something great. We have a chance to win every game we're on the field. And then their senior year, lo and behold, even though we had to get through a lot of crazy times, because it's kind of a crazy group of young men over there, you know, from eating chili pregame 5 minutes before the kickoff to the antics in the locker room. We have figured out now that pasta feeds are better done here at school than at parents' houses or players' houses. They had found a way to go undefeated. And in typical fashion, just like the season was, it kind of ended with a culminating play where we had to shove somebody out of bounds at the 3-yard line, I think, right at the end of the game, and win the game 6-0. And I was a little concerned in this Class A final this year that we were going to lose the lowest scoring state championship game of all time. But Gretna and Westside ended up scoring a touchdown right at the end to get over the 6 points. So the 6-0 score is still the lowest scoring state championship game in all of Nebraska football history. To end it all, I just want to say thank you to the young men in this room. You really did set the foundation. You know, we talked about building a program and creating a tradition, and the foundation that you set in 2005 is really something I think that we have built upon in the years since. And so I just want to say thank you for setting that standard and helping set a tradition of Scott Catholic football that is now one of the best football programs in the state. So thank you very much, guys.
To make you guys feel really old, that little 6-week-old baby that Coach Sherman had started 4 games for us this year as a sophomore. So at this time, I'd like to call members of the 2005 football team that are here tonight up. I need help from Mr. Steve Carroll, but the members that are here are going to get a Hall of Fame medal. And we've been blessed that a lot are around Nebraska and able to come, but some are out of state and unable to be here. They will also be sent their medal after today. So first, we'll go in alphabetical order. Alex Anderson. You'll stay up here for a picture. Next, Brandon Motel. I feel like we should get like something to run through just real quick. Eric Brulette. Corey Cable. Oh, Tim's not on the list. He made the list. Tim Banky. I apologize, Tim. We thought you might still be eating or something. Blame Steve. Brian Finicaro. Brian Iwanski. Brandon Kraus. Brandon, members of your team voted for you to speak tonight. Okay, you declined, okay. Tim Lakovic. Bob Lakovic. Waylon Latham. Andy McNeil. Ryan Patera. Frank Seaman. Robbie Thielen. Nick Zahn. Tim, did I forget anybody? I got everybody? Okay, good. That coach is next. Defensive coordinator, Coach Gary Duscott. Secondary receiver coach, BT Kratzel. I'll move this so we can all get up front. Offensive line coach, Dan Kratzel. And head coach, Matt Turman.
Strength and conditioning coach, Jeremy Moore.
I'm going to move the podium out of the way so we can get a good team photo of this. So if we can squeeze in a little bit. Squeeze it in, Scouts.
Can we have your meal?
And we're still not done, so we'll just take a picture and then we'll continue.
Whoever, just look towards the center.
You guys want the trophy? We got the trophy over there. Dave, you want to grab the trophy? Or Steve? Everybody's gonna want another picture. Right here.
No hand gestures this time, boys.
By the looks of it, I made a big impact as their strength coach. As you can see, they continue their lifetime fitness routines. I know, that's okay, Dave. This group, that group of young men really started off a lot for Scott Catholic and was an important part of this high school and what it stands for and the continued success that we have today in athletics. And so, congratulations again to the 2005 football team. At this time, I'd like to thank members of our advancement team, Angie Lowhouse, Steve Carroll, Steve Schumacher, Christy Berger, Sharon Neal, for organizing this great event. And making it special for everyone involved. Lastly, thank you to everyone here in attendance as well as those that could not make it today. It is because of our strong Skyhawk community that we are able to achieve so much and always push to new heights. We'd like to make sure we get a picture of all of our award recipients, so after I say the final thank you, please come up to the front, those individual award recipients. But I'd like to close in prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, thank you for this great day, the ability to honor so many young men and women, and those that coached and taught those men and women. We thank you for all the gifts you've given us, for the wonderful school that you have blessed us with, and for the families that are now growing because of the fruits of your labor. Please bless us as we go forth and instill in us that pride that we have as Skyhawks. In your name we pray. Amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.